We're back, baby.
Yeah, we're back. I don't know what the hell happened with Google Hangouts, but we're back. You thought you'd get rid of us. You was wrong.
Nope,
I ain't going nowhere. I've
not
been here
yet.
for what, 7 years, I think? 5, 7 years? Something like that. I ain't going nowhere.
Damn.
You're going to have to force me out the back door before you can get me to roll up out of here.
Yeah, I haven't even. I wasn't even doing like a podcast since what was it, like 2013 or something.
Yeah.
That was about 4 years ago when I started on Ben's show. But hey, at least it
for a minute.
gave me a chance to get a drink though. Some white label Mondu.
What? Lip hole?
What was that purple shit you were drinking there?
Oh. It's right here. Monster Ultraviolet. Yes. Yeah, Monster Ultraviolet.
I wish they had. Yeah, me too. That's what I do with the Mountain Dew. I wonder that they don't have any Monster, unfortunately, at the Marks. But I always hear people like those white Monsters, and this reminds me of that. So I wonder how those taste.
I've had the white Monsters. They're not a whole big difference. I mean, taste-wise, it's all right. So, all right. So, getting back to our original topic before we were cut off.
I forget. I was asking you. Oh yeah, I remember. We were talking about like how would they monitor people? Are they going to have somebody that like occasionally goes by and swipes your card to make sure you didn't watch a movie before? You know, like how they normally check your tickets and shit.
Well, the thing about it is this: is you're still purchasing tickets the same way as you normally do for a movie pass. It's basically when they send you the debit card that links up with your app. When you check in via the app, they know where you are and whether your location is. Okay. And the thing about it is that they said you can only use your card once per day. So when you buy the ticket using the debit card that they preload from having you check in, you're cut off for the rest of the day. See what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think it's a good idea. It has a lot of potential, you know. Like I said, maybe they could do different tiers of that where you get different perks, you know, like a movie pass gold or platinum or something, you know.
You never know. I honestly think that the membership price is going to pay for itself two ways. Number one, you're going to have people like me who like to go see movies and like to see them in a good clip, and we'll use it multiple times a month. So that's number one. But they're going to make their money back on the people who buy it and forget they have it until they want to go see a movie. So they're going to be paying for the month, paying for the $10 fee every month. $10 every month. $10 every month. And maybe use it once every 2 months. You know? So I think it's a good idea to go with this. One thing that they have admitted they're going to do, which I'm pretty sure is like either sell your data as far as advertising goes. And if that is true, I'm better that they tell you about that before you sign up. No, they got to make their money back somehow for people who are going to be using it multiple times. So I think it works in their favor that way. At least you're telling me what you're doing with my information instead of just, dealing and screw you. So, and even if they do, I'm like I said, I'm cool with that. If you don't want your information out there for advertising purposes, then don't sign up. Simple as that.
Right. How much is a movie again? Like on general, is like on average? I mean, is it like $5 or something?
No, it's like $8 to $9.
Okay, so like you're just right there. You're just paying a month one movie. So I mean, you get it back right there. If you watch a movie every day, you could, at the most, if you say it's like $10, at the most you could get like 300. Then 30-day average.
So it's one of those things too. And not only is it for that, you're also going to be having people who go during like discount days and stuff too, because they're just going to load up the specific need to pay for the ticket. So, for some people, they say they go to a $5 movie a month, so or they go to the dollar theater, or they go to this theater, they go to that theater. You know, that's also got to be factored in because this card works at so many different cinemas. Some places might be like an art house showing, which might only cost you $3 to $4. So let's say one person goes to one art house showing a month and they're paying $10 a month. They're making a little bit of money off of that. It's one of those kind of win-win deals for both the provider and also the
That's, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, that's what everybody is going. That's like not just like with like, you know, like Netflix and stuff. Like it's a whole movement of, you know, like paying for a subscription for something versus paying once for one thing. You know, like that's what a lot of big corporations are going to. Everything is, you know, like headed to the cloud and subscription base where you pay per month. You know, I mean, it's a good way for them to make money because they get to keep sucking off of you. You know.
Yeah, I call it the gym membership style, because you're going to have a lot of people, like I said, who's going to pay for it every month and not even use it once a month. So,
right. And what else were you wanting to talk about?
Give me a second. I'll bring it up because I had it listed here. There's a couple different things, a couple small items that I was really looking at. There's really not a lot this week.
One thing I was going to ask you about, are you going to try to find a way of looking at the clips tomorrow?
No, I'm just not interested. Just not interested. Not my thing, really, unfortunately. But
right. Yeah, they're always like, oh yeah, you can't look at it. They make it seem like way more dangerous than if you were to just stare at or squint at the sun on a normal day, you know.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about taking maybe a couple pictures of it or something, because I have a DSLR, and then I have one of these these screen viewfinders, so you're just looking through the digital picture screen, so you don't have to worry about that. Then I guess it's nice for taking pictures on like sunny days.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about doing that. You know, just kept, you know, like taking a few shots. I mean, couldn't hurt. But are you a big person on taking pictures in general? Do you like to? Are you on Instagram and shit all the time?
I'm an amateur photographer. I'm very much like, I guess you can call me more of an old school guy. I do have like probably the weakest DSLR out on the market this many years. Only ran me like $200 to get it.
Yeah.
I like more just like nature style photos, and like I did a graveyard project a couple years back, which I'm strangely wanting to get back into, even though it was a really weird experience. But
I don't think it's that weird at all. Like I like taking pictures of in Ravenna. They had a nice cemetery where it was almost like a giant park where they have like fountains everywhere and these like giant like sculptures and stuff. I mean, in the summertime it could be quite beautiful, you know.
It can be, but when I took out my my camera, so I was using a smaller digital camera at the time, and the photos look fantastic on my camera. Through the viewfinder on the screen, it looked fantastic. It looked great. Took them home, loaded them up, and there was like mystery smudges and like shift outs in the back. I'm like, what in the hell? And
are you sure those are smudges?
I never do another one of these, but I'm like, you know, I want to do another one. I don't really do it and how to approach it, because you kind of tread the line of wanting to have respect for the cemetery that you're shooting at. And I know some places have no problem with you shooting there, but it's more of a respect thing than anything else. So,
are you sure those dots are smudges and they're not ghosts? Orbs?
One thing I believe in, there's a reason we're essentially quiet. And I'm not just talking about how most of the people there are no longer alive. I'm talking about there is some stuff. I mean, you're talking about holy ground and all this other stuff, and it's a very interesting and weird place to be when you're trying to take pictures. And also not look like a freaking creep when you're doing it, too.
Right.
You know, because a lot of people, like, they see that as weird and creepy and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, when you kind of see things through the eyes of an artist and you're trying to, bring out a look or the feel of a picture of the landscape that you're seeing, and there's so many people who walk through a graveyard and all they see is, headstones and depressing and can't wait to get out of here. Someone like me walks in there and all you can see is just like individual pictures,
Yeah.
I have a very cinematic mind. That's partly why I'm working on doing a horror project, because the horror cinematics are some of my favorite as far as creating tension and setting the stage for certain things.
Right. Yeah, I want to print out like a giant poster of it because of this one picture that I took. I did like a wide like panorama of a cemetery with an infrared filter on it, so it just sees infrared light.
Yeah,
and it looks pretty cool because it's like you see like these rays of the sun coming through like these, like the old trees and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
But are you a believer of the supernatural and stuff?
Oh yes, I am. I have been privy to too many things in my life to tell me that someone who's never experienced that to tell me that there's no such thing as. So, just like I've been through too much stuff in my life to ever be questioned about the existence of God. He exists. Trust me, he does. And there is no way of convincing me otherwise.
Yeah, when I was in college, I think I was living in a haunted like dorm house because it was like a couple hundred years old, and it was like re-renovated a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And this one time, the second I went to go lay down in my bed, I heard I knew everybody was gone, and I heard like a voice in my ear that was, like not on my pillow. It was like a laughter. It was crazy. And there's a couple other experiences there that, you just can't explain sometimes.
Yep. That is both show the truth.
Do you like to watch, what about the shows though? What are your opinions on those, or like the Ghost Adventures and stuff?
Not a fan.
The Ohio Reformatory you see on there all the time.
Yeah. That, of course, is a place that I was there when it was open. It was creepy then, so.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to work there, and I used to go there to pick up a check, being like, 12, 13 years old, and just looking straight up, and you just knew. Yeah, you literally just knew. There was no mistaking the place that you were walking into. And every single time I go in there, it's always a constant reminder. You always kind of find things you never found before when you're in there. Almost like you're sure you saw one thing last time you were there, and now you go back and you notice something else. It's creepy all out.
Wasn't there a guy that was burned alive there?
there has been a lot of place, a lot. Although now, sometime soon, our local reformatory is going to get Escape Plan 3. So,
what's that?
They're shooting Escape Plan 3 at our local reformatory. So Sylvester Stallone and Batista are supposed to be here shooting.
That's cool. Yeah, I was wondering, like, is there places to, like, where do you go to find, like, abandoned haunted places, like, online? Do they have, like, you know, like underground websites or something? Because some of those places are like gold mines just for like movies and shooting alone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of those places, you can't make sets that look that good, you know?
Yeah. I can tell you specifically that there's one place called like Haunted Ohio for Ohio, I think it's called. Pretty sure it's hauntedohio.com. But it's not that hard to find, you know, websites to support haunted this, haunted that. So it's really not hard to do. Really not hard to do at all. As a matter of fact, there was a specific website that actually had a whole just ton of list of stuff up. So.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, I see a lot. I like to watch a lot of those urban exploring channels, like Exploring with Josh and all that stuff. And like, they always don't. They won't tell you like where they went because they don't want people vandalizing them and stuff, you know.
And that's the worst part about it, is like you got stupid people who do things like that.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got cats in the background of my wife.
Oh. How many cats do you got?
2 cats.
That's cool.
They're around here somewhere.
One's right here.
Yeah, cats are very smart.
Oh, yeah.
Cloud.
Cats are very smart, and they also hate us.
Well, it's just like you look in their eyes and you feel like they're like staring through your soul, you know?
Well, the ancient Egyptians did used to essentially worship them, probably for good reason.
Right.
So.
But what was the other things that you were wanting? You were wanting to talk about? Yeah.
Let me go and pull it back up here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Let's see. Oh, one thing I was going to kind of shoot out there was that Gamescom started today, or ended today, or whatever. And the Xbox One X got some interesting information, such as a new edition called the Project Scorpio edition was revealed, which they would have had to anyway. People hate the name of it, Xbox One X. People hate it. Also, if you look it up from the Gamescom coverage online as well, there is a list of games that are going to be optimized for the One X. What else? There's not a lot really today, which is really weird considering it's Gamescom. So,
yeah.
Have you got a chance to watch The Defenders yet?
I did.
What'd you think of it?
It was really good. I'm surprised though they did a good job, but I'm surprised they were able to, you know, smash that into 8 episodes. You know, I would have liked to see even more exploration of their interactions, together.
I think that'll come.
But I don't know if I was trying to look on the Wikipedia if there's any announcements about them developing a second season, but if they do, I guess we'll have that Punisher to keep us entertained until then, right?
That's going to be fantastic. I'm a big Punisher guy. I like both versions of the Punisher, so it's not definitely not a bad thing that we're going to see a Punisher series. Cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I just think it's cool seeing like not the good guys like hurting each other necessarily, but just seeing like how their powers measure up to each other, like in Civil War, and they had like fights and stuff a little bit in the Defenders. Because if I was like superhuman and had like those powers and stuff, I'd want to like spar off against other people that had different powers,
Yeah. So one other thing, this will probably be the last topic for the day, is that the Nintendo Switch was announced by GameStop as being in stock for a limited time this past week. Now, reports are coming out that, of course, these are inflated as far as the scarcity of the Switch and the fact that they're pushing it as, oh, get it while you can. Essentially, a lot of places are saying that there are Walmarts and Targets and other GameStops and a lot of places that have a steady stream of Switches that they can't get rid of, whereas certain places have none, and it's essentially another, pumped up scarcity that Nintendo is trying to sell more consoles.
Yeah.
Now, due to Nintendo's inflated past, I kind of lean more towards that. You don't hear too much, just like with the same with the Wii U and somewhat with the Wii towards the end of, oh, look how many we've sold, and we've sold this many, and this is a benchmark amount. You just don't hear it from Nintendo. It's at least Xbox. Well, we shipped this many, which everyone knows shipped is a totally different number as far as sold goes. But for a company that needs to keep piling on information to keep the Switch relevant, there's something amiss here. And I know the topic of the planned scarcity has been pretty much the Nintendo story for the past 2 years. Whether it be Amiibos or the NES Classic, the upcoming SNES Classic, I think that this is Nintendo trying to put as many Switches as they thought they did.
Right. Yeah, my friend Nate, he just bought a book of those NFC things. He's like, screw those Amiibos,
Those are a perpetual pain in the ass. And Nintendo has known that people are about done dealing with that. So what do? They push that on to other facets of what they're making. And it's extremely displeasing as a consumer to be told, oh, well, we understand that we didn't have enough of these. By the way, it's probably not going to stop. This entire we're making them as fast as we can argument does not fly in 2017, especially for something that's supposed to be so in demand that you have to push out as many as you possibly can.
Right.
This is for it. Oh, I got to go out and get this. Oh, I got to go out and get that. And to be quite honest, you telling me, well, we understand the problem and we're working to improve it, blah, 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 does not help. It doesn't help. It's ridiculous, is what it is.
Yeah, the legitimate scarcity and problems right now are with the RAM and video cards, because those prices are jacked up so much because of the, you know, the NAND flash or whatever factories.
That's actual scarcity, you know?
Yeah.
And
the GPU prices are, I was meaning to watch the video there, so they're supposed to go up even more soon.
As far as the GPU stuff goes, I think that's going to go down. This is another mini spike of users trying to jump into the Bitcoin mining, Ethereum mining. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
This has happened before. It's going to happen again. It's going to crash out just like it did last time.
I forget, what was your opinion on NVIDIA trying to jump in on that, though, like with because they were making the mining specific GPUs or whatever.
And you know, if NVIDIA is going to jump in and make a mining specific GPU, more power to them. It's probably not costing them that much money to make these. Most people are probably over purchasing their GPUs as a result of it. You know, I'm and of course, you know, not speaking from experience as far as production. What NVIDIA is probably marketing out is something that's got a high clock speed, a decent amount of software support, and in overall terms, probably has a specific programming for bit currency or e-currency mining with nothing else, which means that they don't have to worry about half the development cycle for a lot of these products. And the parts they're going to put in, they really don't have to worry too much about as far as long term, because they're probably selling it at least a 5 to 10% markup anyway. That's straight from NVIDIA. And they just got to let the market do the rest.
Yeah. If I was a manufacturer, I wouldn't want to, like, I'd want people to be buying the cars for what I marketed them for, like with the gaming cards, because if you're just buying them for the mining, then you're not going to want to get the latest and greatest card for X games or whatever. You're just trying to do some mining with it. I would want to have the whole mining cards and stuff just for that, so I get everybody out of that part of the market and just have it be normalized again then, Well,
the main thing about it is you're going to see a lot of secondhand cards on the market. It's not going to outwardly, super affect NVIDIA's or AMD's or anybody else who makes them. It's not really going to be catastrophic. It's going to cut to the profits a little bit. It's going to happen. But I think a lot of people are also overstating a lot of these price increases. I think some of those are artificial as well, because let's face it, if most companies are projecting a 10% impact on GPU usage for miners.
Right.
How does that translate to a $200 markup on a GPU on a website? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The numbers just don't add up. It's like you hear it from NVIDIA and AMD that it's probably not going to be massively influential on their prices. You ship from the producer to the retailer. The retailer's like, well, this normally $500 card is going to run you $700 now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's this kind of planned scarcity that is just insane, and unfortunately, Nintendo has cornered the market on it.
Right. Now, are you going to be getting it with a Vega or something like that? Because I know on the AMD side, you could get AMD cards specifically for Apple. I don't think you could get NVIDIA cards to work on Macs.
I've never been much of a GPU type of guy. I don't do a lot of PC gaming, and what little I did was like World of Warcraft. Pretty much all my gaming is done on my consoles and nothing else. Or I have a couple games on my phone, but that's it. So for me,
not even for video rendering or whatever, you don't think it would help?
It probably would, but even if I went into like full-time video cutting, I do very simple videos anyway. I don't do a lot of graphically intensive style videos with a lot of effects. If
No
I'm doing
4K
anything
videos
on my main channel, it's normally just going to be a front splash, and that's about it. So having a GPU just doesn't affect my usage as a computer owner and or a YouTuber. So.
Oh, come on, Doug. We want to see you in 4K, see those nostril hairs.
About that.
But
all right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it is about 20 after 11.
That it is.
It's been about an hour, so I think it's probably going to be a good time to go ahead and cut it off. Now, a couple announcements before we go. First off, I'm going to be testing some Twitch compatibility this week. So there's a possibility that we might be simulcasting again. So it's either going to be same as always, 10-ish on Sunday nights. Also might end up being live on Twitch, and then we're going to upload the back end to YouTube. That might happen.
Right.
So it just depends on how my testing goes. I've never really used Twitch as a main webcaster before, so we shall see what happens.
So yes, sorry we couldn't have your brother on, man.
That's all right. He'll probably pop on next week. Couple other notes too. Working on the iBook and the Mac Mini review right now. The two older items that I got. And of course, I think I showed this to you earlier before the system went out. I can see the Apple logo again. I'm happy about this. Quite happy about this, actually.
That's good, man.
At the bottom here. Unfortunately, this guy's seen a lot of abuse. A lot of abuse in its ears. But for the price I paid, what do you expect, right? So.
Right. Anything else going on? Will you have any updates on your book or your what do you call those? The workout stuff.
Time and temperance. Time and temperance. All things will come eventually. That is the best I can tell you at the moment.
What about those? I forget the word. I can't believe I forget the word for it. Are you still doing like the powder, like the protein things? Sponsors. CT
Fletcher's Iron Addicts Nation. Yes, I'm still a member. I just haven't got a chance to pick up any supplements recently because I invested a little bit in the tech stuff. So that is probably going to be some more stuff I'm going to be working on as well as far as reviews go for product. I'm also actively searching for a sponsor here for the channel as well. So if anybody out there, as far as product-wise, and I'm talking tech, Audible, whoever, feel free to email me at AphroditesCrush@gmail.com. And I'd love to discuss some stuff with you.
Yeah, we give you a good, honest tech review because I mean we love tech, so I mean.
Oh yes, oh yes. But I think, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, and maybe next time the office will be 100% ready. It might happen. It's possible.
Possible.
Next time, Of course, I'm AphroditesCrush, and goodbye.
I'll see you later. Good night, TNT Podcast. Fridays at 9.